Hi viewers, this is your teacher, Teacher Wilson. Today we are going to discuss about operations on complex numbers, of which operation of complex numbers is just done simply the same way as we deal with other algebraic expressions. Of which here we are starting with adding and subtracting complex numbers. How do we subtract or add complex numbers? Like for instance, if you are given a number like this, if you are given -3 minus 5i plus -5 plus 7i. Let's look at these two given examples here. -3 minus 5i plus -5 plus 7i. Then we are given example 2, -5 minus 3i minus -8 plus 5i. So we are going to solve these two given examples dealing with addition and subtraction of complex numbers. Remember, the first bracket here is a complex number simply because it has a real value, which is -3, and the imaginary value, which is -5i. It's the same thing in this bracket, -5 is a real value, and +7i is imaginary value. Therefore, we can conclude by saying this bracket here is a complex number. The same thing applicable to this. This is a complex number. So let's solve these complex numbers here. Number one, we are given -3 minus 5i plus -5 plus 7i. Just as we deal with algebra, the same thing we are going to apply here, of which we are going to collect like terms. Here, the like terms here that we are going to collect are the real values. We collect real values together, and then imaginary values, we group them together. Of which the real values here we have -3. The imaginary part, the real part on the other one here is plus -5, plus -5. Then minus this 5i plus 7i, like this. Of which -3 plus -5, this positive here is going to be affected by the negative sign. We're going to have -3 minus 5. By -3 minus 5, we are going to get -8. -5i plus 7i. -5i plus 7i, we are going to get +2i. +2i. Therefore, -3 minus 5i plus -5 plus 7i, we are going to get as -8 plus 2i. Simply because we group them as real values, we take real values and also we take the imaginary value, of which the real value is this and the imaginary value is this, -8 plus 2i. That is for number one. When we are dealing with addition, this is addition of complex numbers. What about subtraction? What about subtraction here? Subtraction of a complex number, which is number two. Number two here we have it -5 minus 3i minus the other bracket is -8 plus 5i plus 5i. You should be mindful of this negative here when you're opening the bracket, because this negative is going to affect some values in the bracket here. Therefore, when we're removing bracket, we're going to have -5 minus 3i. Negative and negative changes to positive plus 8. But this negative is going to affect this positive here. We're going to have -5, 5i, -5i. Of which this is -5 minus 3i plus 8 minus 5i. Now reaching this point, we need to collect like terms. Here we're going to collect like terms. The like terms are the real values. We collect real values together and the imaginary values together. Therefore, we are going to have -5 plus 8 minus 3i minus 5i, of which negative 5 plus 8 is like the same as taking 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5, we are getting positive 3. Negative 3i minus 5i, we are going to get negative 8i. Negative 8i. And this one becomes the solution of this bracket, negative 5 minus 3i, minus the other bracket, which is negative 8 plus 5i. You will realize that this is real value and this is the imaginary value. This is how we deal with addition and subtraction of complex numbers. There is more examples that are under the same scenario here, but just this is the explanation for the two idea addition and subtraction of complex numbers. I beg to stop here. Stay tuned as we will come in for more. Thank you.